Welcome back. I'm here with Football League editor Pascal Lemaire to talk about Saturday's championship match between MK Dons and Leeds United. Start with the home side, Pascal. 3 defeats in a row now to fall down to 16th in the table.
Yeah, they had a really encouraging start to the season. They went to Rotherham, who we know now at their bottom of the table. So to win 4-1 at Rotherham was a good result, but to win away at the Leeds bottom side doesn't show that you're going to become like a really good team in the championship. It was a good way to start the season, but since then, only 2 goals in 6 games. They've struggled to score since netting 4 on the opening day, and their last 2 games after the international break, they were difficult games against Middlesbrough and Burnley, both away games. Those 2 sides are 2nd and 3rd in the table now, so they were very tough games, but to get no points from 2 games, obviously disappointing, and like I said, they're struggling badly in front of goal, and they did manage to score at Turf Moor, decent going to score there, and both of Burnley's goals were superb goals from Sam Vokes and Matt Taylor, I think it was. Brilliant finishes from both of those, so you can't really say that they did too much wrong in that game. Carl Robinson said they deserved a point. He said we just lost out to 2 stunning goals and we probably could have got a point from the game. But when you look back at the stats, Burnley had 17 shots, 7 on target. MK Dons had 10 and only 1 on target. So I don't know if that quite backs it up. I think Burnley probably did just about edge it, but they had tough games here, but hosting Leeds, this is a much more winnable game. They need to get back to winning ways because they're starting to drop down the table.
Yeah, Leeds, it's been a strange season for them really. Draws galore, but first defeat of the season last time out against Ipswich.
Yeah, they were sort of hanging on to that sort of unbeaten tag, even though they'd drawn 5 and won 1 of their first 6 games. It was an okay start, sort of a resilient start, but not exactly hardly explosive. And then they welcome Ipswich, who coming into that game they'd lost 5-1 at Reading on Friday night going into it. So I think Leeds might have thought we've got a chance here, but Ipswich, they shut up shop. They didn't give Leeds much chances at all. The goal Leeds conceded, very disappointing from a defensive point of view. The corner came in, Silvestri flapped at it, and he could have done better with that, and the ball comes across. A bit fortunate that it found Tommy Smith at the back post. He stuck it away, and after that Leeds didn't really create enough to deserve anything out of the game really. Ipswich held on, and they had the one late penalty shout when Sam Byron went down. He got the wrong side of Knudsen down the left, and he went down, and just on first viewing it looked like an instant penalty because the Ipswich defender was the wrong side and he just went down, but replay showed there was very little contact, and the minute Byron went to ground and looked up, he looked very sheepish, and you could see all the Ipswich players immediately were surrounding him saying that he dived, and the fans were just baying for blood saying it should have been a penalty, but referee didn't give it, gave the free kick and a yellow card to Byram, so they didn't get that one, and on the whole it was a below par display. And to be honest, the game against Brentford at the weekend also below par. They welcomed Brentford to Ellen Road, a Brentford side who started the season very poorly, just a 1-1 draw there. They fell behind. Antonucci came up with a big goal again. He scored a few big goals for them this season, Antonucci, and Cellino said that people, I've seen reports that Cellino's been a lot more relaxed this season. The owner, he was very, made a lot of weird decisions last season, all the managers they had, but apparently he's much more relaxed this season, much more calm. Then straight after the Ipswich defeat in midweek, Adam Pearson, the executive director, who's got a lot of experience running football clubs, he quit his role at the club. He said that him and Cellino had left on good terms. It was all fine at the club. It's a bizarre situation for him to leave after I think 8 weeks in the job. So I'm not sure what's going on there. And all the Leeds fans, they thought it was all being settled and that they were building a solid season, maybe going for a top half finish. But the Pearson exit just raises questions about what's really going on behind the scenes. So it'd be interesting to see how they bounce back from that.
And how do you think they'll bounce back with a victory here?
I think they might do, yeah. I think Leeds, they got shut out by Ipswich, really. I think MK Dons will offer them a few more chances. Chris Wood, before the Ipswich game, he was in pretty good form, and I think this game's really big, really important for Leeds, because after this they face Middlesbrough, Birmingham and Brighton in the next 3. That's 3 really tough games, so I think a win here would be a huge boost for them going into those games, so I'm going to pick them to win 2-0.
Sportsman going for a 2-0 win for Leeds.